Good morning, everybody, and a very, very warm welcome to you on another nice day. So we had some early morning showers here in Mumbai, so I hope the weather will be cool, but sometimes it becomes hotter after just a little bit of rain. So North India is having rain, and in Gurgaon there was so much rain that water came into my son's house, even though the windows were closed. So very good illustration of when it's hot, we want it cool, and when it's cool, we want it hot. Always wanting what is not. So let's see, what is it that we're going to talk about on this wonderful morning, and how are we going to empower each other? How are we going to support each other? How are we going to make each other a better version of ourselves? And how are we going to support each other? See, we have a profound relationship, no? All of us in this conversation every morning. So it's a good question to ask, that am I, supporting someone? Am I empowering someone? Am I making them, stronger, or am I making them weaker? Right? So sometimes when we are trying to help people, we end up making them weaker without knowing it. Sometimes we may be doing deliberately also. Sometimes we may be doing out of a habit also. Correct? So there is something which is called as an undermining conversation. Undermining. So Shakti, did you look it up? What does the dictionary say about undermining?
Yes, sir. To gradually weaken or destroy someone or something.
Yeah.
To make someone less confident, less powerful, or less likely to succeed, or to make something weaker, often gradually.
Yeah, so put it on the chat also that they can read. One more time, can you read it? One sentence by sentence, I will repeat.
Okay, sir. To gradually weaken or destroy someone or something.
Yeah, to gradually weaken and
or destroy
someone or something.
To make someone less confident.
To make someone less confident.
Less powerful.
Less powerful.
Or less likely to succeed.
Or less likely to succeed.
To make something weaker.
To make something weaker.
Often gradually.
Yeah, so gradually. Now these undermining conversations that we have, what will it do? It will make someone weaker. It will make someone less likely to succeed. It will gradually destroy someone. Now, do you notice that we have a lot of these undermining, we will have undermining conversations about ourselves in our own head. One is the undermining conversations that's happening inside our head. Most dangerous. And where does the undermining conversation comes from? From judging only, no? Now we have undermining conversations about ourselves, or we may have in our own head undermining conversation about somebody else also. Okay? Now it is only in your head so far. Now you will have an undermining conversation with somebody else also. Correct? You could have a conversation with someone who comes to you and says, okay, sir, I'm going to do this and this and this. And you say, no, you are not ready for this. Right? You will not understand it. This is not the time. Or he says, no, how do you know you will be successful? So instead of making somebody powerful and empowered, you have actually planted an undermining conversation in his head also. Correct? Many times they do. Even parents do with children. No, this is not for you. You cannot do it. Have you done it before? Hello? How can you do it before when you're doing it first time? So instead of saying, go ahead, try it, go for it, you'll succeed. You're saying, no, you've never done it before. You'll not be able to do it. That's an undermining, maybe undermining sentence, but it gives rise to what? The whole conversation in that person's head. Now he starts thinking negatively. That is the undermining conversation. So remember, we are coming every morning for what? To empower each other, make each other stronger, make each other positive. So if we ourselves have undermining conversations among us, then we are defeating the very purpose of the EMC, is it not? Now, you can also have another kind of undermining conversation. That is when you gossip about somebody else. Okay? You talk about them behind their back. Oh, you know, he has done this thing. There is no action connected with it. They're just talking behind the back. Okay, he's like this, he's like this, he's like this. Okay? That is definitely an undermining conversation because it spoils somebody's reputation. Correct? There's another kind of very interesting type of undermining conversation that somebody did something, but you are telling somebody else. For example, if I see that somebody is doing something, then I'm telling Rama, you tell that fellow why he did like this. Rama may say, yeah, you tell him yourself, no? So that fellow says, no, that fellow will feel bad if I tell him. Arey Baba, if somebody else goes and tells him, he'll feel even more bad, right? So out of our respect for our relationship, we are not direct in telling. See, let us say that we are definitely well-wisher of someone. Okay, we have no ill intent in saying whatever we are saying, only intention is powerful. Then why should we be afraid to tell that person directly? Okay, because if you don't do that, that's an undermining conversation. It spoils the relationship between you and the other person. And it is going against the principle of a relationship itself. Nah? Why the relationship is there for what? To empower each other, to support each other, to make each other stronger. Is that going to be accomplished if you have undermining conversations? It's a question to ask yourself. What value addition am I doing to myself or anybody else's life by having these undermining conversations about them in my mind, or having undermining conversation with them directly, or having undermining conversation with some other person about some other person? What value am I adding to myself or anybody's life? Does it add to the positivity in this world, or does it add to the negativity in this world? So what do you think? I want you to reflect on it. Yes, Shakti ji.
Definitely not positive, sir.
Exactly. So if it has happened to you, you know, a lot of times in these boys, when they are not successful in having a relation with a girl and she rejects them, then they go and talk all sorts of nonsense about her. That's an undermining conversation. And somebody doesn't get a job in a company and then he goes and talks shit about the company. Right? Somebody himself does not have a confidence to do something, so he thinks that other fellow also cannot do it. That fellow has got the confidence, but he says, no, I don't think you can do this. You will not understand this now. What he did? What did he do? Because he himself doesn't have confidence, he is making other fellow also lose his confidence. So that's also undermining conversation. So I want you to reflect and see, there is, remember, we are not judging. There's no right and wrong. Simply, if you do an undermining conversation, how is it a value addition to your relationship or relationships? Now, I'm 100% sure nobody wants to do something which will spoil the relationship, correct? Because we believe in good relationships. We believe in positivity. So if you are doing any such thing by accident or by design, sometimes we don't know. We actually don't know. We'll say, I never thought it was going to go like that. Now, extreme form of undermining conversation is called what, Shakti? Gaslighting. Another way of saying is gaslighting. What is gaslighting? Again, it's an undermining conversation only. Another name for it. So there are people who have been subjected to gaslighting by parents for many years. And if you ask the parents will say, we love him very much. We don't want him to get spoiled. There's that and the other. So now it is time for you to talk. What are you remembering or realizing? Kunain Saab, good morning.
Very good morning, sir. Very good morning.
आज थोड़ा फॉर्मेट चेंज करें. आज आपसे शायरी पहले सुन लें.
शायरी तो सुनेंगे, लेकिन ये टॉपिक काफी इंटरेस्टिंग, इम्पोर्टेंट, द सब्जेक्ट.
तो आप इसी के बारे में बोलिए. I will not take you away from your purpose at the moment.
Yeah, no, I was reflecting upon yesterday only in my workplace. There was a discussion on a specific project, and being in a procurement, we are having some challenges because the project head had not managed the project efficiently. So with me, my team, we were talking about him, that what kind of project manager he is and all such stuff. So I realized that instead of empowering him by having a positive contribution in terms of having conversation and finding what went wrong, etc., I was just gossiping within my team and then undermining. So again, what I realized, that it comes either because of disliking or mainly disliking of someone, and then the negative thoughts starts coming, which if we are aware that, oh, what kind of thought is coming now, whether I am empowering with these thoughts, this conversation, or disempowering, then I can correct myself with this awareness.
Yeah. Also, you will also notice one more thing. If you dislike someone, where is it coming from? Judgment, no?
Judgment, yes, sir.
So there, even though, see, theoretically, you and I, we know it very well that everybody's got something good in them also. Maybe more good than bad, but we'll never see the good in them. Yeah, so we always, at least I'm sure that we always give the benefit of doubt to the people. Let me give you an example, okay? Very much live example, you know it very well. You remember I sent you a message after looking at one photograph of you?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now, I had a conversation with that person, okay? And long conversation about some things which were being talked. So the person is going on telling me lies again and again, okay? Now, first that person did undermining conversation, talking about our mutual good friend, okay? And then on top of that, going on lying and lying and lying and defending and avoiding, right? So always the dilemma is that what do we do with such people? Then we have a choice, no? Shall we carry on having relationship with them, or we can drop them? Because in my way of thinking, I will not like to, sometimes people do it by accident. We can discuss, they realize matter is over, right? Relationship is restored and it has become better, but it becomes better than before. But the person who refuses to acknowledge or to realize, right? Now, then we choose whether we would wish to have a relationship with them or not. We'll not out them from our life for sure. We'll always try to support them and help them in any way that we can. All right. So that's also a dilemma, no? हम लोग भी करते होंगे, करते ही हैं. But the moment we realize it, we can make amends. Yeah, like you now realized about that man in your office. The next conversation will be, how do I complete with that person? Because if you don't do that, when you gossiped about someone, you will always find out many reasons to make that person wrong. कोई ना कोई आपको बहाना मिल जाएगा to prove कि look, see, he's a bad man, he's not a good man, he's not a good man. So, and whether you like it or not, you're going to be working together.
Yep.
right? So then
Awareness,
you
yeah.
do what is called a completion conversation.
And इसी बात में एक शेर याद आ गया है तो अर्ज करना चाहूंगा
जरूर जरूर सर.
कि ये झूठ का शहर है, छोड़िए साहब, ये झूठ का शहर है, छोड़िए साहब, हम सच के मरीज हैं, यहाँ ला इलाज हैं.
वाह वाह वाह.
हम सच के मरीज हैं, यहाँ ला इलाज हैं. यहाँ इलाज नहीं हो सकता है सर.
Thank you, sir. Yes, but sorry, Reddy Garu and then Vetrivel after that in that order.
Sir, we always think that we are giving this advice for their betterment. That's the issue, sir.
Yeah, sometimes it may be planting undermining conversation in their head, no?
Yes, sir.
So when you are making somebody lose their confidence or give up their, you know, they have a commitment about something, very much committed, passionately committed, and you are giving some advice which makes them doubt their own commitment, then that's the undermining conversation. Very right. So that does that make the relationship better or worse?
No, we think that it will be better, sir.
Yeah, but actually what happens?
Yeah, actually not. But we think that we are always advising people for their betterment.
Sometimes it works other way around.
True, sir. True.
Right, thank you. Yes, Vetri. See, this is more of that same plastic sheet on the carrot.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much. I would like to add little to Kunalji. Like you asked poem, one of my favorite lines from it's again from a cinema movie. I just want to add to it, sir. It goes this way in Tamil. நன்மைக்கு சொல்லிடும் பொய்கள் அழகு, உண்மையில் மெய்தான் மெய்யாய் அழகு. When you, for the sake of good, if you say lie, it's beautiful. The real beauty is when you say the truth for the sake of truth.
Yeah. Also, when I am speaking, is it really going to empower this person? Is it going to make him stronger? Is it going to support him in his intentions? See, understanding one thing is very important for us. People are not here to support us in our intentions. Whatever, we may have some hidden agenda, right? We want to become big buddy Sadguru or something like that. That is our intention, no? So because of that, we are giving some big advice to someone, but actually it is taking him away from his purpose and what he has chosen to do in his life, no? So my funda is very clear. If I cannot actually practically support someone, then I don't have a right to discourage someone also. So if I think that somebody is a poor fellow, very difficult for him to do, all his money is putting into this and that, and then now will he earn, what should I do? I can give him money, here, take it, go and do it, and return to me after earning it. That's one thing I can do. Second I can do is, I'm sure you can do it, my dear. Find the money and do it. You are capable of doing that also. I trust you, you will be able to do it. You don't need my help. You can do it on your own. That is the best one. Third one is, instead of saying very difficult, very hard, you say, you can give them examples of people who had nothing and they have achieved so much. They'll feel more encouraged. You know, somebody will come and tell me, sir, I'm having this state and that state. So how will I do it? And I always remember the example of this man, Og Mendino, you know, that greatest salesman in the world, wala man. He was a poor homeless man. He did not have a place to sleep. In New York, he would sleep on top of the, you know, they have these gratings. They have that heating system. So there is an outlet on the pavement, that grill kind of a thing. So he would put a newspaper on that grill and sleep there in the night. And during the day, it was so cold, he had no place to go. So he would go and sit in the library. And because he was sitting in the library, he started reading. And because he was reading, he learned so much and he then became a writer and he became a very famous man. So if I want to empower someone, I will tell him that. I'm not going to tell him, you can't do it. I'll tell him about my servant in our house, in my grandfather's house. So poor. He didn't even have a proper place to stay. He used to sleep on the stairs and he used to read with the candlelight. So my grandfather saw that and then he provided him with a bulb, and then he would buy him the books also. And that guy became a graduate, right? And today he's the head of the entire cleaning services, laundry of the Radisson Hotel, all India. Can you imagine that? And the year I'm talking about was the year 1970, when he started his journey. I would give such examples. Okay, if they can do it, you can also do it. Don't worry. We are here to encourage you on your path. Sometimes with our great advice, we are putting what we call undermining conversation in their head. So it's good to be careful what we are saying, how we are saying, to whom we are saying. Is it going to empower? Is it going to do some benefit on the long run? Now, have you noticed that some people are very good at spreading bad news? They love to spread the bad news. Anything bad news happened, this massacre happened, this happened, they will spread it everywhere. Correct? But when it comes to the good news, they are not very good in spreading that. So what are they doing? They are adding to undermining conversation, which is already there in the society, instead of putting positive things in people's head. But we do without realizing. Sometimes we do it because everybody is doing it. Everybody is doing it. I'm also doing it. What's wrong with that? That's an attitude also. Good. Thank you, Vetri. That is a nice poem. Yes, ma'am.
From my understanding, is undermining is the way to take away their choices. So it's very limited.
Exactly.
Limited possibilities. Okay, sir.
Exactly. We force a person who wants to make a choice, and he then makes a decision by getting discouraged about your choice. Yes, Ramazen. He's our own resident Zen master.
Good morning. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
So we undermine the kids whenever they try to do something. We always do not focus or do not give sufficient time and support them and make them do. Instead, we say, no, don't do it. No, you do it only this way. So that is how the childhood itself, we undermine the children. So,
it's a good question to ask ourselves. Am I imposing my own limitations on my children also?
Yes.
Actually, carry on. Sorry.
Yeah. So because either we do not have time or don't tired or whatever, so we don't focus and encourage and make the things happen to the kids. Instead, we undermine them. No, don't do it. So that's the starting point. So that's why the kids grow not so confident and so powerful. So that's the fact.
Correct. And one more thing, we don't even tell them why they should not do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Transparent with them.
Yeah.
Like many managers, they'll make a decision.
Right.
And their staff are thinking, but why did you make that decision? Right? And then we ask that question to the boss, is there transparency in your organization? That fellow will say, yeah, we are completely transparent over here. I said, how so? No, because I share everything with my staff. Then I asked this guy, he's a CEO of a company. Do you share why you make your decisions? No, am I answerable to them? That's his answer. Hello, if you share the rationale behind a decision, does not mean you're answerable to anyone. You're not. But people, if they know that you have made the decision because of this reason, then they have the brains to understand, okay, my dear sir, if I was also in that sir's place, maybe I would have taken the same decision. See, there is always a criteria for making a decision, right? So if a father or mother is telling, don't do this, there's always some criteria which they might be having. It may be right also, who knows, correct? But if you don't tell the kid that, what will the kid think? They're discouraging me. They never understand my viewpoint. There's that. So two things. One, we are saying from our knowledge, from our time when things were different. Can you imagine? Today I'm a 70-year-old man, almost rather. Now when I was young, world was completely different place, correct? And we were not so worldly wise as today's children. We did not have that much exposure to internet and all these things, right? Today's kids are, I think, 2000 times more worldly wise than we are. So if I say spontaneously, no, don't do it, or if I try to give career advice to my son, how much relevant will I be in today's times? I don't know. So I would question that. Good one.
Yeah, the other one is gossiping. Gossiping is very, very contagious and addictive.
Yeah. And what is the damage it does?
It damages not only the person on whom we are doing the gossiping, it also does to the people with whom this is being discussed.
Yeah, because if I gossip about someone,
Right.
next time I will be a little bit shy, to talk to him. I will not feel free also.
Right. Because once I go away, they're going to gossip on me as well.
That fear also is there.
Right.
But I cannot face the person if I talk bad about him, no?
Right. Yeah, that is also there. Yeah.
How can I look him in his eye and say, oh, you're a nice person, this and that?
Right. Yeah, that's all I wanted.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure that it has started some thinking in your head. So, if anything is opening up for you, please do share with us. Yes, Kiran Saab, and then Priya ji, and then who else is there? Reddy Garu, and then Pooja ji.
I just wanted to understand, ask sir that energetically, when we are undermining, we feel heavy. I think so. I need to notice.
Absolutely.
I need to notice whenever I do. So how to observe and what exactly happens energetically, sir?
So, you gave the answer and then you're asking the question also.
I want more clarity on this.
So, दे दिया ना आपने. That answer is correct. See, and you have the other answer with you. See, when you are raising your awareness, then you are very, very alert about, am I feeling heavy or not? Plus, some people call it the voice of conscience. See, most of the problems we create is due to unawareness only, no? Anjane mein ho jata hai. So if you are aware, you will notice yourself telling you कि तुम क्यों बोल रहे हो? Why are you saying like this? Is it helping him or is it, that heaviness? Obviously, you will start to see it immediately. So you have the answer. Awareness is the thing, you keep raising it. The more alert and aware you are, you will be very careful about what's going on in your mind. Something is going on, so you are doing what you're doing, isn't it? So awareness से तो पता लगेगा, heaviness energetically आएगी, फिर आप नहीं करेंगे. That is what. So good. I think more people became clear because of your question. And Priya ji?
Thank you, sir. Got it.
सर, तो जब हम बात करते हैं अपने बॉस के बारे में, when I'm with my team having lunch, so that is undermining statement.
Absolutely undermining and is career suicide.
But वो कभी-कभी बहुत annoy करते हैं मुझे ना, तो मैं गुस्से में ऐसे बोल देती हूँ, उन्होंने ऐसे करा, वैसे करा, ये करा, वो करा.
आपको क्या
Then
लगता है?
others also agree to it ना.
हेलो प्रिया जी, आपको क्या लगता है वो सब आपके बड़े भाई बंधु हैं? कोई ना कोई को जाके बोलेगा बॉस को कि सर, she is talking like this about you.
पर वो लोग में से कोई नहीं बोलता.
I can't hear you.
Like उनमें से कोई भी नहीं बोलता जाके.
हाँ, वो आपका भ्रम है.
एक मिनट सर. हाँ
पहले
जी.
वो आपका भ्रम है that nobody goes and tells.
भ्रम है. तो फिर when I am angry and upset about what my boss, what should I do? This.
Go and shout in the bathroom.
Or say a crazy statement.
Ring me up and dump on me.
हाँ जी.
मेरे को फोन करके मेरे को सुना दो.
वो भी मैं करती रहती हूँ.
अपने कोच को बताना that is not a gossip.
But when I say कि मेरा experience in person के साथ में इतना अच्छा नहीं रहा, so you should be little beware about how you say what you say in front of them. ये
Why are you even allowing that negative conversation to go on in your head? You remember I told you, sometimes that man is trying to support you and coach you, and you are interpreting as he's trying to victimize you. That's your problem, no? Whatever you've told me so far about that gentleman, he could have removed you from your post anytime. But he didn't do that. He is only supporting you. But you have a problem with authority figures. That's the problem.
I do have it.
Exactly. तो उसको छोड़ दो ना. Gossiping is not going to help ना बेटा. It won't help you to gossip. In your mind also, if you have this conversation, that is why it is called undermining conversation.
And Kunen sir said it very right. When I talk about it like this, ki aisa vaisa, when I talk positive about it, I feel very light. When
Exactly.
I talk negative about it,
So why should you do something which makes you feel heavy? Socho.
Right.
Okay, good. Thank you. Reddy Garu, and then after that, Pooja ji. First, Reddy Garu.
Sir, on a lighter note, whenever we meet politicians or officials who are corrupt, even though we know pretty well about this one, but still we have to speak very nicely with them.
Yeah. So?
No, at that point of time, I never felt heavy, sir.
Yeah, because maybe it's okay for you, no? They are corrupt people, you are not, no?
Yeah, but
See, somebody
nicely, no, sir, when we meet them and then we want to get the work done.
Not even that. See, consciousness includes everything and rejects nothing. We are not in judgment, right?
Sir.
It's not a question of right and wrong, good and bad. Whether he's taking corruption or not is the department for the enforcement directorate or the corruption bureau or something like that. Our job is to get our job done.
Yeah.
We have a choice whether we want to give the bribe or not.
Okay.
If you don't give the bribe, it may take more time to get the job done, but it will be done.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, sir.
And if you choose not to give it, don't give it. If you choose to give it, then don't make, in your mind, a negative conversation about it, which you are not doing anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. Right? Government servant equals to whatever you know it. Some are like that, some are not like that. But suppose you are having a judgment, all government servants are like that, then that is the undermining conversation. Because then only you will meet the corrupted government servant, if you believe like that.
Okay.
All right, good. Thank you, sir. Yes, Pooja.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, all.
आपका वीडियो कब चालू होएगा? हाँ, देखा? आपको एक बात बताएं, आपकी शक्ल आपकी फोटो से ज्यादा अच्छी लगती है.
Okay, thank you, sir. So, sir, the point is, if there is someone who is having the habit of this in family, right? And you conveyed it also that it impacts other family members. So then still they are not able to correct it or modify it. Then what you do in this case? And it has a huge impact.
Don't encourage them to gossip in front of you. That you can do. If somebody tries to gossip with me, I usually tell them, listen, why are you telling me? मेरे को बोलने से क्या फायदा होगा? Go and talk to that person directly, no? See, they don't have the courage to talk directly with that person, so they are talking to you. So you don't encourage them, no? Or you can ask them, what do you want me to do about it? Should I go and tell them that you're telling like this? कोई प्रॉब्लम तो आपकी है ना, तो आप उसको बताओ आप क्या चाहते हो मेरे से, कि मैं जाके उसको बोलूं कि आपकी प्रॉब्लम ये है. Or I mean, in the corporate, you know what I used to do? I would tell him, अच्छा चल यार जाते हैं ना, उसको डायरेक्टली बात करते हैं, चल आ जा मेरे साथ में. Then they would say, no. Then I would ask him, why are you telling me then? What is the purpose? मतलब क्या हासिल करोगे मुझे बता के?
Yeah, the person will not do one-on-one with whosoever he is or she is
Right.
facing the difficulty.
Now, how many
But
people?
everything, I mean, what's the point of सब कुछ मेरे ऊपर डालने का?
अच्छा, एक और बताते हैं आपको. How many people will come and tell you कि अरे that fellow was telling like this about you? Or people are talking about you. Some people come and tell you that also, no?
Yeah.
And if you ask him who is talking, they'll not tell you the name. लोग ऐसे बात कर रहे हैं तुम्हारे बारे में. कौन लोग? फिर यू विल फाइंड आउट एक ही लोग है. कौन है वो लोग? नाम नहीं बताएंगे. Then you ask them, why are you telling me this? मुझे क्यों बता रहे हो?
Right.
What is the niyat? What is the intention of a person who comes and tells you like this? But that fellow is a great well-wisher of yours. Actually, by telling you like this, we call that the third party. When he's coming and telling you like this, is it improving your relationship with the person about whom he's talking like this? किसी के बारे में आपको बोल रहा है कि वो आपको ऐसा बोल रहा था. क्यों बोल रहा है आपको आके ऐसा? एनीवे, शॉर्ट फॉर्म है, अगर कोई गॉसिप करता है, आप बोलो भैया मेरे सामने ये बातें मत करो, मुझे नहीं सुननी, मैं जा रही हूं यहां से. They get the message already. Pooja does not encourage us to talk behind people's back.
Yeah.
Message goes out loud and clear. उसके बाद वो करना चाहते हैं तो करें, फिर परिणाम कौन भुगतेगा? Have you seen उनके रिश्ते कोई भी अच्छे नहीं होते?
Yes.
फिर that is the point, no? Great. Yes, Abhinav, and then we will have after that Rama.
Also, sir, one more thing. If somebody is constantly having that, few people having the habit of really put something of they.
Yes.
I'm in the training the mind of people.
Sorry, Pooja, your signal is breaking up. We cannot hear you.
Okay, sir.
We can do later. Abhinav.
मेरा क्वेश्चन थोड़ा सा सिलेबस से हटके है तो वो पूछ लूं, पर लेकिन पता नहीं ये जो डिस्कशन चल रहा है ना, ये एक क्वेश्चन है जो मैंने कारपेट के अंदर डाल रखा है लेकिन वो निकल के आ गया बाहर, जो कि एग्जैक्टली कनेक्टेड नहीं है. एक टाइम था व्हेन आई वाज यू नो लाइक नॉट डूइंग, मतलब एक इनिशियल स्टेजेस ऑफ माय करियर था. So there, you know, like distinctly, I had two friends, but not connected to each other, and they were like me, like, but उनसे बड़ा दिल से दिल का रिश्ता था. And now they both have done exceptionally well in their careers. मतलब in the sense they are at the top, they are doing बिल्कुल top पे है financially. And now they don't respond to me, क्योंकि मेरे I still have feelings जो पुराने जमाने में feeling थी 1992, 93 में, I still have those feelings for them. और मुझे तो कुछ चाहिए भी नहीं कि भाई तेरे पास मर्सिडीज कार है तो मुझे दे दे. I don't want anything from them. But somehow they don't respond to me. They don't pick up my call. तो ये मुझे मतलब it creates some kind of incompletion in me. जबकि I do understand logically देखा जाए तो यार there are some people when they become very rich they don't want to have, कहते हैं पुराने जमाने के मिडिल क्लास कनेक्शंस whatever. But फिर भी अशांति है मन में कि ऐसा क्यों ही ऐसा क्यों होता है, क्या हो क्या रही है. But why can't I forget them?
Well, maybe you are giving more importance to the relationship than they were. ये भी हो सकता है.
Exactly.
Secondly, they just moved on in life.
Yeah.
Now they've got new set of friends and new this thing. And the third is, why don't you just call them up and talk to them?
They don't pick up the phone. I don't know why.
They may even say, "Kaun Abhinav?"
हाँ, they may say कौन अभिनव. Exactly.
Because they've forgotten you. लोग भूल भी जाते हैं. So what's wrong with that?
हाँ. Yeah. I think ये चीज से मैं, हाँ, पहले people forgetting me, इस चीज से मैं like I'm not at peace with that.
Yeah, but they can, no? People can forget, no? It's a human thing. You also forget things in life. तो क्या हो?
Exactly.
तो याद करवा दो उनको फोन करके क्यों है ना? यस रमा जी.
Sir, sometimes no, when I am in default mode, I also join the gossiping. But suddenly, when the awareness comes, I change the topic. So one of the things I also do is that when they undermine the other person, I appreciate that person's good qualities.
Yeah, so that's good.
Yeah.
That's very good. At least you did not add more fuel to the fire.
Right.
Right? You brought some incense and flowers also to the fire.
Right.
When this fire is going on, no? Some people are putting more ghee in it. Some people are bringing flowers in it. You're the guy who brings the flowers, yeah? And the agarbatti and all these things. But that is the best, no? Better than doing nothing.
Yeah.
And we are putting the focus of that person also from negative to the positive and reminding him, okay, look, that fellow is not all bad that you're talking. Some good is also there in him.
Right.
Yeah, so it's better than doing nothing. Beautiful. I think you have even pointed out for many people who get sucked into this kind of thing, what they can do. They can always, find something, they're talking all bad about someone, and you can say, this is good also about that person, because it's nobody's all bad. That's why better to give second chance or third chance. There are some people who are willing to receive that, but I've noticed that the people will lie, compulsive. I mean, particular person in question, 3 years back when I was talking, again, lying and hiding the things, this time more lying going on. So my question about people like this is that why do people feel the need to lie? If they say they are so spiritual and all that, right? And if they say that they know you and they respect you and blah, 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 if somebody respects me, why would they feel the need to lie to me? For what? I'm not getting an answer to that question so far. Why would someone who claims to respect you, who is already a spiritual person and all these things, why that person would want to lie to me? For what?
It's probably because of the blind spot or some kind of traumatic experiences on certain aspects, like money or any such thing. That's what I assume. I don't know, because that's very surprising. That is the same question many of us discuss. That when somebody is at that level of energy and that level of contribution, that level of expertise, what is the need for doing all these things?
Yeah, but people do it.
Yeah.
See, at least, I mean, I'm not wanting to jump to any answer right now. I'm just saying, why would somebody want to do that? It's a question, like, they say be in the question. So I'm being in the question. Is it something that I'm doing that the person is wanting to lie to me? Are they afraid of me? Or are they afraid of my judgment? Okay, what will Sukhdeepak think about me? So some people don't want to lower their esteem in your eyes, that maybe Sukhdeepak will not have me same regard about me or something like that. I don't know. So different people.
Also, the thing is like zero sum game, right? So only when I put somebody else down will I look better.
That
Both
is
cannot look,
which many people do. That is the reason for the gossiping.
right. Yeah.
That could be one of the reasons for the gossiping.
Right.
Because I have a low esteem about myself. So unless I put somebody down, I don't feel great. So that's why I may be doing also. Wow. That's a good one. Thank you. Yes, Kunan and then Shakti.
Shakti first.
Okay, ladies first.
No, sir, just a reminder, you are using why. It's not going to give answer, right? It's going to enter loop. Nothing.
Yeah, oh, thank you.
Yes, sir. Thanks.
I should say, what makes people do like this? Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I think this person in question is more concerned about the reputation or the image, sort of.
Is it that means that they are putting up a false image?
I think so.
Because if it is real, why would you be bothered? Why would you be bothered to lie to maintain that image? अगर नकाब जो है, if they are afraid of getting unmasked, कि लोगों को मेरी सच्चाई पता चल जाएगी, then they might need to lie. है ना? अगर कोई आदमी, they are having a pretense that they are very mahan, and by telling the truth, that pretense will get destroyed. That may be a reason to lie, for sure. And why would you want to pretend to be mahan? Because you don't think you are mahan. And who the hell is mahan anyway? ये भी एक ड्रामा है ना? Again, it comes down when I think it's again judgment. So if I'm not great, I should pretend to be great. And because I'm pretending to be great, I should lie to maintain that image of greatness. And then I should live in fear that people will find out I'm pretending to be great. So a lot of fear also is coming. Then defensive behavior. And I'm not being vulnerable and open to people. Can you see how the whole loop goes? And programmers will understand what I'm saying. There is this whole loop, right? And it brings me back to believing that I'm nobody. In any case, I'm nobody. Interesting, no? All right, good. Thank you.
Also, sir, at times, if someone really respect you and did something which they know that that will hurt you, or maybe you are not expecting that kind of thing from them, so they might try to hide that, so that even if they are feeling guilty or something, but they don't have the courage to face you. If they really love you, respect you, that can be another angle.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. That could be one angle. But actually, they end up losing the relationship also, no? Because
Yeah,
when you're hiding
not
things,
in that moment, but later on, if they can really discuss with you, sir, this, I was not intentional, but this has happened, and I admit my mistake, and but I thought of because of this and this, so that's why I didn't communicate it with you. If they can really communicate, so that will vanish for them also and for you also.
yep, very good. Excellent, superb. We can do that also. Great. Thank you, Pooja, and thank you everybody for being a part of this conversation. I hope you found it useful as well as interesting. And see you again. Yes, Kunal.
सर एक शेर याद आ गया है तो सुनाऊं?
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. आज कुलदीप जी गायब हो गए. कल मुझे लगता है रतन जी वगैरह ने उनके साथ लेट सिटिंग करी होगी क्लब में बैठ के.
हाँ, कल तो जश्न मनाया है दोस्तों ने.
हाँ, तो इसके लिए आज वो आए नहीं है दोनों.
So the takeaway for today's undermining concept is
Conversation.
और इसका है कि हर बार हवाओं को इल्जाम देना ठीक नहीं दोस्तों. हर बार हवाओं को इल्जाम देना ठीक नहीं है दोस्तों. कभी सोचना कहीं चिराग खुद न थक गया हो जलते जलते.
Can you translate it also?
So every time we should not blame the blowing wind, but we should give a pause and think maybe the candle or the light itself has dimmed down because of its light, whatsoever it is.
And the wind has nothing to do with it.
Yeah. So if we change the perspective, that then we will find the reality. We'll be at ease, joy, and glory.
Yeah, you will be in allowance.
You'll be in the allowance.
Right? We don't even have to find out why or anything. You can just be in allowance also. Na, कि ऐसा भी लोग करते हैं. But the important thing is, if somebody is doing it, they are undermining themselves. They are undermining the people that they are associated with. They are undermining the organization they are associated with. So if we are able to make them see that, then sensible people will not do that. Correct? All right. So thanks everybody. Wonderful share. And we will see you again. I think you
Sir-
saw my message, Gunen.
Sir,
Yes,
one
yes,
last
yes.
thing.
Haji, bataiye.
Sir, normally in psychology, it's been said that there are 3 responses: fight, flight, or freeze, and one is fawn also, right? So if someone is constantly in a situation where they are being gaslighted, or where somebody is really undermining them or doing something or acting or behaving in a way that is really not at all good for their self-esteem, other person is feeling discouraged or going to depression or something like that. So what is your advice for those people?
I don't give advice. To which people? The one who are getting gaslighted or the ones
Yeah,
who are...
one who are getting gaslighted.
Yeah, then they have to learn to see things as only an interesting point of view. भाई वो जो बोल रहा है वो उसी के विचार है, that's fine. It's just a दृष्टिकोण of that person, that's it. I don't have to believe it, no? If somebody is gaslighting you and saying something and you believe it, then it's a problem, no? So suppose you listen to somebody barking and you say it is only hot air coming out of his mouth. उसके मुंह से आ रही है कुछ शब्द, कुछ शब्दों का उच्चारण हो रहा है और कुछ आवाज सुनाई दे रही है, that's all it is. It doesn't mean anything. Then can they gaslight you?
No.
They cannot gaslight you then, no? They can only gaslight you if you allow somebody to gaslight you by giving importance and significance to their words.
Right, sir.
So अगर मैं वो कोई बके जा रहा है और मैं अपने माइंड में बोल रहा हूँ क्वैक 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 बोलते रहो भाई क्वैक 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 क्वैक, क्या फर्क पड़ेगा मेरे को? And after some time इसे और बताइए, anything more you would like to? In your mind you're going quack 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 quack. Then when they pause for a सांस लेने के लिए रुकेंगे ना, they will say, any more inputs you'd like to give me? Please enlighten me some more with your words of wisdom. And you say quack 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 quack. Will you get affected by them? No chance. By the way, teenagers are very good in doing that. When we lecture them, they get into their mode. They are not only listening to you. Bolte raho.
Yes. Especially when they are with laptop or mobile.
Then so they are not listening. And you don't even know that they've got a ear pod in their head, you know. They cannot listen even if they want to. And aap bolte ja rahe ho.
Sir, this is very powerful ending of the session.
Another thing, मैं बोलता हूँ जब देखो लोग चाय 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 करते रहते चाय 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 करो भाई चाय चाय चाय. How does it make a difference to me? You do all the chai chai in your world. If I want to listen, I'll listen.
Sir, you made music out of it.
Chai 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 chai. Chalo. See you guys. Hello. If you're watching it on YouTube, please press the like button and the bell button. Subscribe to our channel. You might hear some wonderful stuff and get some notifications also. Thank you. Bye bye. See you.